Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. Shohei Ohtani took another significant step forward in his comeback journey, and this time, it wasn't just a bullpen session or light toss, it was the real deal. For the first time since undergoing his second Tommy John surgery, Ohtani faced live hitters, and the buzz around Citi Field couldn't have been louder. It wasn't during a game, and it wasn't against an opposing lineup, but it was a moment everyone had been waiting for. As the Los Angeles Dodgers wrapped up their series finale against the New York Mets, Ohtani was on a separate field, throwing to teammates and putting his full arsenal on display. And let's just say, if this was a preview of what's coming, the league better get ready. Ohtani stepped onto the mound and faced Hae-Seong Kim, Dalton Rushing, and Dodgers game planning coach JT Watkins. While this might sound like a casual session, it was anything but light. The three-time most valuable player came out throwing all of his pitches, including his curveball and slider, which he had only recently begun reintroducing during bullpen sessions. The intensity was up, the energy was there, and most importantly, the stuff was electric. He fired 22 pitches in total, racked up 2 strikeouts, walked 1 batter, and gave up just a single hit to Kim. But beyond the stats, what really stood out was how comfortable and loose he looked. The fastball was popping, sitting between 94 and 97 miles per hour, and there was a smoothness to everything he did that caught everyone's attention. It wasn't just the fans or the media taking note. Dodgers pitching coach Mark Prior, who has been closely monitoring Ohtani's progress, was there watching every pitch. And according to him, what stood out more than the velocity or the movement was Ohtani's demeanor. He wasn't forcing anything. There was no visible strain, no attempts to muscle up or push beyond his limits. Everything looked natural. As Pryor put it, it was free and easy, the kind of outing that gives coaches and medical staff peace of mind. When a pitcher is coming back from major surgery, especially for the second time, these are the subtle signs that mean everything. The absence of tension, the fluid mechanics, and the ability to throw with intent without grimacing, all of that points to a player who is not only healing physically, but mentally ready to compete again. Originally, this session was supposed to happen a day earlier, but after the Dodgers and Mets battled through 13 innings the night before, the plan was pushed back. Still, that didn't slow Ohtani down. His commitment to his recovery routine has been consistent. Every Wednesday, he throws a lighter bullpen. Saturdays are for more intense mound work. And now, with live batters in the mix, the progression is undeniable. The next phase will likely include more sessions like this one, controlled environments, where he can simulate game-like situations without the risk of being removed from the lineup. The Dodgers know what they have in Ohtani. They're not rushing anything. But the excitement around his return to pitching is very real. While the team hasn't released an official timeline for when he'll make his first in-game appearance on the mound, all signs point to something significant brewing after the All-Star break. That's when the real decisions will start coming into focus. For now, the plan is to continue building strength and command through weekly sessions, gradually increasing the intensity and complexity. What's different with Ohtani is that every step he takes back to full health is under a microscope. Not because there's doubt, but because of the sheer magnitude of what he brings. A healthy Ohtani isn't just a boost for the Dodgers, it's a jolt to the entire league. Watching him work, it's clear that Ohtani isn't just trying to pitch again, he's aiming to dominate. Even in these practice scenarios, he's attacking the strike zone, testing his pitch mix, and constantly refining. The curveball had bite, the slider was sharp, the fastball had life, and perhaps most importantly, there was intent behind every throw. This wasn't just a feel-good moment, it was a message. Ohtani is coming, and let's not forget what kind of competitor we're talking about here. This is someone who not long ago was rewriting history books as a two-way superstar, dazzling crowds on the mound and at the plate. To lose that arm for any stretch of time is a blow to the sport. But to see it coming back pitch by pitch with the same fire and flair, that's something that brings baseball alive in a different way. His presence changes the entire dynamic of a game. Pitchers prepare differently. Hitters brace themselves. managers alter their strategies, and fans, they flock to see it happen. The Dodgers are well aware of the unique position they're in. They've got a player who is not only a top-tier hitter, but potentially an ace in the rotation once again. That kind of talent doesn't come around often, and they're treating it with the care it deserves. But even with all the caution, there's a quiet confidence growing. Every time Ohtani steps on a mound and does something like this, the belief grows stronger. He's not just healing, he's progressing. You could feel the energy from those watching. Coaches, teammates, and staff stood by, some with arms folded, others quietly nodding. It wasn't loud or overly celebratory. It was more like watching a masterpiece in the making, one careful stroke at a time. Because that's what this is, a comeback being painted with patience, precision, and a whole lot of heart. And if this first session against live hitters is any indication, the best chapters of Shohei Ohtani's pitching career might still be ahead. With this kind of momentum, it's only natural that questions start surfacing. When exactly will he return? What kind of innings limit will he face? Will he start or come out of the bullpen? But for now, those questions can wait. What matters is that Ohtani is on the right path, showing the kind of progress that only elite athletes can make. Look effortless. And if this trend continues, we're not just going to see Ohtani pitch again, we're going to see him thrive. Every pitch Shohei Ohtani throws right now carries weight, not because the games are on the line, but because every pitch brings him closer to rewriting what's possible for a two-way player in modern baseball. It's not just about a return, it's about returning better. What Ohtani is doing and how he's doing it sets a tone not just for the Dodgers, but for the sport as a whole. There's something poetic about the way he moves on the mound, his delivery calm yet explosive, his expression locked in but never tense. You can tell he's dialed in without being consumed by pressure. That balance is rare, and it's even rarer in someone recovering from a second Tommy John surgery. Yet here he is, attacking bullpens and now hitters with the same joy and competitiveness that made him a global sensation in the first place. And that word, joy, is important, because even though there's an intensity to every step of his rehab, there's also a lightness in how he approaches the game. The smile still shows up when he hits his spots, the casual head nod after a good pitch, the relaxed body language even when a pitch doesn't quite land. It's clear he's enjoying the process, not just enduring it. That mindset is part of what separates him. So many players, even elite ones, struggle with the psychological grind of long-term recovery. It can be isolating, frustrating, and mentally taxing. But Ohtani seems to be embracing it, using the time not just to rebuild, but to recalibrate. It's like he's re-engineering himself pitch by pitch with a bigger vision in mind than simply getting back on the field. The whispers around the clubhouse, and even from rival teams, all suggest the same thing. This isn't just about Shohei Ohtani returning to pitch. This is about him evolving into an even more dangerous version of himself. His mechanics have been refined. His command is sharper. His understanding of the game has deepened. Time off the mound hasn't dulled his instincts. If anything, it's sharpened his focus. Watching him throw now, you get the sense that this is someone who's not just following a rehab program, he's executing a plan. The Dodgers, of course, are in no rush to put a date on his return. They know how vital he is to their long-term success, both as a bat and a potential frontline starter. So for now, the measured approach continues. But you can sense the anticipation building. Not just in the organization, but across the entire league. When someone like Ohtani is nearing full strength, it changes the conversation. Analysts start speculating. Opposing hitters start preparing. Fans start circling potential games on the calendar. It becomes a spectacle before it even happens. And make no mistake, this isn't just about spectacle. This is about competitive impact. When Ohtani is at full strength, he alters matchups in ways few players can. He turns a lineup over not just with power at the plate, but with precision and velocity from the mound. He forces opponents to make tough decisions, pitch around him or challenge him. Rest the starter the day he's scheduled to pitch. Create a whole new scouting report for a guy who can strike you out with a wipeout slider and take you deep the next inning. No one else brings that level of disruption to a series, even in this latest session, as informal as it may have looked. On paper, that level of competitiveness was clear. It's not just Ohtani ramping up. It's Ohtani testing hitters, pushing his own limits, and reclaiming his presence on the mound. You could see it in the way he attacked the zone, in the sequencing of pitches, in the intent behind every delivery. He's not just trying to prove he can pitch again, he's proving he can dominate again. This is also where his discipline stands out. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, the expectations, the attention, the constant updates, but Ohtani has never let that define him. Even now, with the baseball world tracking his every move, he keeps the focus internal. That's why he's been able to maintain such a consistent rhythm throughout his recovery. Whether it's Wednesday bullpens or Saturday mound work, he treats every session with purpose. Not overdoing it, not coasting, just steady, intentional, progress. And with each week, the intensity rises. The sliders are sharper. The fastballs are livelier. The timing is tighter. It's all leading towards something, and everyone knows it. That's why these simulated games, while still part of rehab, are so important. They give Ohtani a chance to feel that competitive rhythm again, to work through sequences, to read swings, to build stamina, not just in his arm, but in his mind. These sessions are more than drills. They're a preview of what's coming. As for when exactly he'll be back pitching in a game, that remains uncertain. The All-Star break is the most logical checkpoint, and there's a growing belief that if everything continues smoothly, that's when a real conversation can begin. But until then, expect more sessions like the one at Citi Field, controlled, calculated, but undeniably electric. And when the time does come, it won't be a soft return. Ohtani doesn't do soft. He'll be on the mound to compete, to dominate, and to remind everyone why he's unlike any player the game has ever seen. That's what makes this journey so compelling. It's not just about recovery, it's about resurrection, reinvention. A two-way superstar coming back from a second major arm surgery with the same fire and perhaps even more precision. And if anyone can do it, it's him. Because Ohtani has never fit into the usual mold. He's never followed the expected path. And he's never let limitations dictate his ceiling. The story that's unfolding right now is bigger than a player returning from injury. It's about the boundaries of what's possible in the game of baseball. It's about how far talent, work ethic, and vision can take someone. And it's about how a once-in-a-generation athlete is writing his next chapter with the same grace and grit that made him a phenomenon in the first place. So while the game's gone and the Dodgers continue their march through the season, there's a quiet, growing energy around Ohtani. Every bullpen session, every pitch to a teammate, every conversation with coaches, it all builds towards something special. The anticipation is real. And soon, the wait will be over. And when he finally takes that mound in a live game again, all eyes will be on him. Not just to see if he's the same, but to see if he's something even more. That's the kind of anticipation only a player like Shohei Ohtani can generate. Because with him, it's never just about the next pitch. It's about what comes after. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news. So drop a comment below. Whispers are circulating in the baseball world, sending a ripple of concern among fans and analysts alike. Shohei Ohtani, the dynamic two-way star of the Los Angeles Dodgers, might be nursing an injury. Though nothing has been officially confirmed by the team or medical staff, murmurs from insiders and hints on social media have sparked a frenzy of speculation about the possible health setback for one of the sport's brightest and most electrifying talents. Ohtani, who has been a sensation both on the mound and at the plate, is no stranger to the physical toll that playing such a demanding dual role entails. His ability to pitch with elite velocity and hit with power makes him a once-in-a-generation player, but also subjects him to an intense workload that has in the past raised questions about durability. The Dodgers, who have banked heavily on his contributions this season, would face a significant blow should this injury rumors prove true. Reports have yet to specify the nature or severity of the potential injury, but speculation ranges from a minor strain to something more concerning that might sideline Ohtani for a period. Fans have pointed to recent game performances where he seemed to show signs of discomfort, while others recall a brief moment during practice where he reportedly left the field prematurely. The team's silence on the matter only adds fuel to the rumor mill, leaving supporters eager for clarity. The impact of an Ohtani injury on the Dodgers could be profound. As a player who can single-handedly change the course of a game with either his pitching or batting, losing him even temporarily would test the depth and resilience of the roster. The Dodgers have a history of navigating adversity, but the loss of a talent of Ohtani's caliber would undoubtedly be felt across the clubhouse and among their fan base. This developing story is sure to dominate baseball conversations in the coming days. Analysts will be poring over every detail, trying to gauge the implications for the Dodgers' playoff hopes and Ohtani's long-term career trajectory. Meanwhile, fans around the globe are holding their breath, hoping the rumors are just that, rumors, and that Shohei Ohtani will be back on the field, dazzling crowds with his extraordinary skills. Until official news arrives, the baseball community remains on high alert, watching for any updates that might confirm or dispel these unsettling whispers. Could this be a temporary scare or the start of a more serious challenge for the Dodgers superstar? Only time will tell. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.